Okay, the next three letters are uh, are sort of duck shaped. So you can see there's a beak, and then there's a body or a bowl, and the only difference between the three letters, as far as the written form, is the placement of the dot, or whether the dot is there at all. So with the Jim, there's a dot under the beak inside the bowl. So you have Jim. It's written in English. It would be written Jeem. In Arabic, it's written as shown in the parentheses, and so you pronounce it Ja, just like the English J. Okay, and then the next one is the Ha. Ha. Ha is written H-A-A. It's like the English H, but it's the Ha comes from more near the chest, in the throat. So if you divide the throat into three areas, the top, the middle, and the bottom, it comes from the bottom. It comes from the middle of the throat. Ha, ha. So you breathe out and you, ha, ha, from the middle of the throat instead of the bottom of the throat near the chest, pronouncing the H, ha, ha. You elevate a little bit and come in the middle of the throat. Ha, ha. Okay, and it has no dot, just the beak and the bowl. And then the last one is the kha. Kha is a thick letter, so you open wide vertically. Kha, kha. And it has a dot on top of the beak. And then, so that's as far as these three letters. Then are the next four letters are similarly shaped. You can see there are two pairs. The only difference between the individual elements of each pair is the placement of the dot. So one has a dot and the other one does not have a dot. So the first two are dal and dal. The first one, dal, is like the English D. So it's written in English. It's written D-A-A-L, dal, and you can see in the parentheses how it's written in Arabic, dal. So it's like the English D, except again in English you roll the tip of the tongue up a little bit, but with the dal you flatten the tip of the tongue and you hit the back of the front teeth. Dal, dal. The second of this pair is dal. It has a dot on top. That's the only difference between the dal and the dal in the written form. But it is pronounced like the tha, except you hit the teeth a little bit harder. You bring the tip of the tongue out under the front teeth, and you say dal. You hit it harder than the tha, but the placement of the tongue is the same. Now both of these are thin letters, dal, and as far as the second of these, second pair of these four, you have ra and za. Ra is thick. You open your mouth vertically. Ra, ra. But za is again thin. And the only difference between the written form of the two is that the za has a dot on top. As far as the ra, it's written like ra, R-A-W, za, Z-A-A. Ra is like the English R, except when you pronounce ra in English, you roll the tip of the tongue up a little bit, but as far as the ra, you flatten it, and ra, you bring it under the front of the upper teeth a little bit, and you trill it just a little, ra, not too much, ra. And then za is you smile and you say za, just like the English z, za. Okay, so let's stop there, and we'll continue with the next probably 6 letters. They're all they pretty much are written in the same way. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.